Today I'm going to be showing you how to make framed pressed flower sills and add them to a gift in a really fun way using handmade paper and gold foil. My name is Betsy Goodman. I'm a wax seal and lettering artist, and I'm super excited to show you this fun, festive tutorial today. Let me show you some of the supplies that you're going to be needing today. So you'll need a gift, and you can wrap it with whatever paper you want. I also have some handmade paper here that we're going to be using for the tag. I have a frame stamp. This is from my online shop, begoodslettering.com, but I have a bunch of different frame stamps, but they're super pretty to add a little floral into. So you're going to need some dried and pressed florals. It'll look something like this when we're done. You're also going to need some ribbon. So I'm doing this dark green frayed velvet, which just matches my paper nicely, and I want a thicker ribbon. I think that's going to look better because it's going to weave through the paper. So I've got a Krylon Gold Leafing Pen here that we'll be using, and then you're going to need some Mod Podge gold foil and a paintbrush as well. The last thing you'll need is a pencil and a fine liner marker so that we can write our name on the tag. But that's all the stuff we need, so let's get started. So I want to start with the tag first because we're going to be gluing foil to it. It takes some time for the glue to dry and do the foil part. So we'll want to do this, get this measured out and figured out first, and then we can make our seal while this is drying. So we can start with our gift here, and that's going to help us know what to tear down this paper to. You can just use a ruler. And when I'm doing this, I like to tear all on the same side of the paper, and then this side doesn't look great, but if we flip it this way, it still looks good. So we just want to make sure we're tearing all the sides on this side, and then we'll see how it looks. And I think just a little bit more off this side, and then we're probably good on the width. Let's see. So that looks cute on the width. I feel like we could come in a little bit here, so it's not quite so tall. So I just want to make sure I'm tearing it on the same side, and I usually choose which side of the paper I like best and don't tear that side, keep that side. Then from here we can try it. Perfect. So this is kind of our space. The next thing we need to do is cut some little slots in here that our ribbon can weave through. Our ribbon is 1.5 inches, so we just want to make sure that it will fit through. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to measure my paper, and it looks like we're close to 2.5, and I just want to find the center mark and then just go from the center. It needs to be 1.5 inches. So if we go up 3/4, down 3/4, that would be 1.5 inches. And we can do the same thing here. Now we're just going to cut these out with an exacto knife. So sorry, that was a supply I forgot to say that we did need, was a little cutting board and an exacto knife. There. And then this is the side we drew on, so of course this is the facing side that's going to be on top of the gift. So cute. So this is the part where we need to add our gold foil because it's going to take some time for it to dry. So you can move your gift aside because we won't be using that right now. And we just want to have our paintbrush and then some of your gold foil. This I also have in the shop, but this stuff lasts forever, I tell you. And we just want some bigger chunks kind of like this that are kind of out and ready and kind of in little sections. And then we're just going to grab a little bit of the Mod Podge, and we just want to go around the edge. And we don't need a ton of glue. We can kind of spread it out pretty well. So we've kind of covered that area. And then we can take our gold and set it on. And then we'll just press it down so it's into the glue good. And then we need to leave this. So we're going to keep working around the edge, but then it has to dry before we do our next step. We're going to make our sill now. This is the end result. I'm going to show you how to do it. First, we need a pressed flower. or leaf or something. So what I like to do with these is I'll kind of break off the very top, so that will be a piece that I'll use. And then you can also, as the stem goes down, you can just break off all of these little pieces as well. So I'm going to do about 2 squeezes. I'm going to put my flower in the center, and then I'm going to press this in the center as well. So this will take 30 to 60 seconds to cool, and then the metal should just come right off the hot glue. Again, if the metal's cold, it doesn't stick to hot glue, which is awesome. So the hot glue should be cooled by now, and if you pull it and it comes off the parchment paper, then that's a good sign that it is cool. If it's sticking and not coming up, then it's not ready to come off. Then from here, it should just come right off. Look how cute. The next step is using a cutting board and an exacto knife to cut around the edge and just leave us with only the frame shape. Okay, so this is kind of where it ended up, and I don't feel like you need to be super perfect, because once you add the gold on, it really, any little extra spots where it's like, oh, I could have trimmed that better, just look like they're part of the frame. And so I wouldn't get too stressed out about it, but I'm going to show you how to add the gold now. For adding the gold, we can use our Krylon Gold Leafing Pen, and what I do basically is just go all the way around, just on the top part of the frame. I'm going to get the sides, but I wait to do that till after I've got the whole top and the top dries. So once I got one side, then I just kind of rotate it. And all the frame stamps, there's a bunch of different designs that you can choose from, and some are more simple, some are more intricate, and so it's really fun to add these pressed flowers inside. And if you're wanting more detail about doing pressed flower frame seals, I do have a whole free mini course about it that will walk you through all the details. Then from here, I want to turn it one more time. Now just let it dry. You don't want to touch it for, at least several minutes. Let it dry and set, and then we'll pick it up and do the edge of the seal as well. So we've let our glue dry for quite a while, and from here we can use a paintbrush. This is a little bit of a flimsy one, which is not ideal. You want a little bit more of a stiff brush for this, but basically you're just rubbing off any excess foil that will come off. And you'll just go all the way around. So it's only going to stay where we had the glue. And then we have this super cute little gold foil leafing around the edge of our tag. All right, now that we've got our little card done and ready, we can add the ribbon. So we just want to make sure that we have enough that it will cover the entire gift. And then we're going to have it go in here, pull it through, and out through this one. And then we just want the ribbon kind of centered on the tag. And we'll just make sure it's centered on the gift and flip it around. And I usually just tape the ribbon on the back, so I don't worry too much about how the back looks. We just want to make sure the tape is long enough to cover all of the ribbon, and then we can flip it and we're left with this. So cute. So our seal is dry now. You could just leave it like this, which I kind of love, or you could bring it higher and write a name here. I think for this one I'm just going to leave it in the center and have that be the tag. But I'll show you, this is one that I did where I did the name. So you could just letter in the name in black ink and then put the frame above. So it kind of depends on how large your tag is. This one is a lot shorter, so it does seem to fit a little better. But you could go with either option. This is how they turned out. They're so cute and pretty. You can letter on the person's name, or you could keep it simple with just adding the frame stamp, but whoever receives these are definitely going to love them. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's inspired you and sparked your own creativity to think about ways that you can incorporate wax seals into your holiday crafting, baking, and gift wrapping. If you love wax seals, you have to check out the Wax Seal Club. It's my subscription box that delivers a unique stamp and 3 sealing wax to your door every other month. Also check out my membership. It's called the Script and Seal Society, where every month we do fun lettering and wax seal projects. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Make sure to follow my channel. Follow me on Instagram at begoods.lettering. And I'm so excited for you to jump into making holiday wax seals this year.